Okay. Hello, guys. It's your girl Award Jaber here. Today, we want to introduce to you this new show inaitwa United Goal, and here is basically where we'll be discussing matters of sports, everything sports, but more specifically tutakuwa tunaongelea EPL, and to be more specific, we'll be talking anything and everything Manchester United. Yeah, as you all know, Manchester United is the biggest team in the world. Okay, so you guys welcome. Let's interact and let's discuss football. With me, I have my colleague.
Colleague,
Yes.
partner in crime.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
okay.
name goes by Sanchez. Yeah, karibuni jama, United Goal. We hope to break it down in terms of our opinions to do with our beloved Manchester United, like she's put it, but haswa Manchester United sababu like we say it again and again and again, si mashabiki wa Man U, lakini zaidi ya hapo zaidi ya hiyo tunapenda mpira pia, so we all welcome wale wanaopenda Chelsea, wanaopenda Liverpool, wanaopenda hata sasa tumalize jina, wanaopenda Barcelona, AC Milan, nani pia sisi tuko football savvy. We know it's an off season, we are being starved of football, tunatamani kwenye screen zetu tuangalie game, lakini we have to wait for many weeks to come before tupate mpira irudi on our screens, but still sisi kwa mpira imekufa, mpira bado unaendelea. So hii ni exciting time to see how clubs recoup from the season, vile wameumia, vile they'll pick themselves up. Clubs like Liverpool, clubs like Chelsea, unaona, we're waiting to see if next season they're going to make a comeback. Focusing on ourselves, sisi tulimeza namba 3, tukameza na Carabao Cup, unaona, at least ka trophy, which means tulifanya more better than Arsenal. The only achievement you had last season was just fighting for a trophy that you're never going to win in the first place. So with that being said, again, we go back to what are we doing as of now, so that beginning next season we close the gap on, we know who, the one that did what we were the only ones to have done for 20 how many years, 20 plus years,
2 decades
plus, and they did it. So how are we going to snatch our power back from the blue half of Manchester? That's what we're wishing for at the moment. So yeah, we hope to touch on that, many more things, hopefully, depending on if this baby atapamaziwa kue, I don't know. So yeah, welcome to United Goal. You are the third party. Kama ni mtu mmoja atatufuatilia hadi mwisho, leave a comment, leave a like. Yule ambaye ataona sisi ni machizi na tuna have conversation ambayo haiwa stimulate akili zenu, you're just free to just do whatever you want. Kama ni negative comment, kama ni kuachia video in its entirety, pia we respect. At the end of the day tunafanya for me and her,
for the love of the game.
So hopefully it resonates with also the one that's watching on the other side. So welcome to United Goal. So napenda tuzungumzie nini wala on our virgin.
Did you just call me? Okay. Hopeful guys, kwa mara nyingine tena. What do we say? Welcome. Kwa Kiswahili ni? Ai, Kiswahili shida. Okay, karibuni. Msione mimi ni blonde sana. Kiswahili mai. Okay, guys, welcome kwa mara nyingine tena. And now let's talk football. Let's talk about Manchester United. What comes into your mind? Yeah, like there are a lot to talk about. Yeah, from takeover, signings, like restructuring everything. Like we're not okay, we've not been okay. So like what do we really have to talk about now? Because there's so many things, like if we can just say let's talk about Manchester United, I think we cannot even come up with a 30 minutes video. We can talk up to forever and ever still talking about Manchester United. So you just have to break it down into points, into topics. At least with that we'll have so many episodes. Yeah, so for today, I guess, okay, there's a time that I wrote on my timeline that the greatest transfer that we're going to have as Manchester United for this season, according to me, is the takeover. I think that's what matters. Or what do you think?
Yeah, of course. Wajua, at the moment tuko in a confused state. Sure. So hakuwezi kuwa na, as much as we'd like to think imprint ya team, it's the manager, it's the coach who has it, na anaweza kuendeleza, but he needs so much reinforcements, so much reinforcements that we can't get at the moment because we don't have the backing, and that backing has to come from above, and the ones that are above are the ones that we as Man United want out. of our club. Unaona? So at the moment kuna hiyo confusion, which also brings uncertainty, which also brings us missing out on targets that we hope to have acquired by now. Unaona, I expected as a supporter, as a United fan, baada ya wiki tatu, however how long it's been since we lost the FA Cup final, I switched off football. It hurt me because from that day I knew that City were going to win the treble, and I was heartbroken. But I came to terms sooner. Kuna wale ambao walikuwa na think like Inter Milan will do magic, but no. So from then, have we like shown that, like, have Man United kind of gone out of the way to show that it really hurt seeing City parade the treble in the Manchester streets? Did it hurt us? The only way we would have shown that it hurt us is if we came out guns blazing, showing intent in the transfer market, which we are not. I'm led to believe, for me, I don't have facts, probably kwa wale ambao wako now mnaweza kutoka kwenye comments, but for me I believe that the primary targets that Ten Hag wanted when the season ended were 3 Englishmen, naming Kane as the center forward, Rice as a defensive midfielder, probably replacement to Casemiro when injured, or probably playing with Casemiro, then Mason Mount, an upgrade to Eriksen off the ball. So far it looks like we're not going to get any of those 3 so far. The only likable, most likely to happen is going to be Mount, and that hurts me because Mason Mount is not the player that he was 2 years ago. Last season alikuwa like a non-existent. Okay, Chelsea walikuwa na go through their own issues, but still, if we are going to strengthen the team, do we bring a player who is coming off the back of a season that is forgettable? Or do you go out there and bring a player that shouts straight away, okay, we mean business? So for me, Mount doesn't scream a signing that we mean business in coming for City. It actually screams we again being held to ransom. The club again extorting us of money, because those amounts that Chelsea are demanding, they're demanding a deal upwards 80 million. He doesn't deserve that kind of cash, but this is a trap that the Glazers has put Man United in. Each time we're going for players, the valuation is placed so high, and if you connect this, it kind of affects even the player we sign. I remember Memphis, he came in high valuation. I remember Martial came in high valuation. These young players come in, they have to live with the expectations and pressures. They have to deliver according to that price tag, which is unfortunate for them. So Mount is being valued at 80 million. He's not an 80 million player. For a player who didn't play any meaningful role in the league last season, for a team that finished 12th and he's running down his contract, we should not be paying more than 50. We shouldn't. But here we are. Possibly we're going to, cause we're not going to get Rice. We're not in the race. We're not in the running. If we had the backing of, probably if we had been sold, probably we would have been, but we're not. And we're not going to get Harry Kane most probably, because it seems Harry Kane doesn't have the balls to force through a move away from Spurs. I don't know, probably Levy making a family yake somewhere at gunpoint. I don't understand. But Harry Kane is not showing ambition that he wants to leave Spurs. So that leaves us with, out of the 3 main targets that Ten Hag wanted, to instill that British core. And because for me, if we did play those 3 and we didn't get a goalkeeper and a right back and a center half, and probably another 10 creative player, we would have made do. I believe actually we will improve. We will have improved. But here we are again, uncertain. The primary targets we're not going to get most probably. And then do we have plan B, which we've shown in the past Man United we don't have. We usually don't have plan B. We just like run all over the place like headless chicken when the plan A fails. Last summer we sat here hoping that De Jong will be a Man United player. He never was. We stumbled upon Casemiro. Footballing God smelled at us. He ended up being the signing of the season. Last year. But we can't operate like that as United. We have to have plan that has to be followed through the very end. But at this very moment, me sitting here as a United fan, I'm not with confidence at all, given the uncertainty of the ownership that is ailing us at the moment. Who are we going to be under next season? Are we going to be under Ratcliffe, who is entertaining the idea of Glazers keeping shares? You feel me? Then all this politics doesn't quite point towards a progressive season. Possibly we will regress if not careful. Because Ten Hag last season performed miracles. Doesn't have a keeper who will see that his philosophy is being played on the pitch. We don't have quality in depth to replace important players, i.e. Rashford when injured, Casemiro when injured. We're nowhere near a team that can challenge. So with those few points, there are many, but with those few points, me sitting here as a United fan, so far so bad.
So far, so bad. Okay, it's hard, but again, nani hataki growth? We all want to grow towards something. We all want to move. But Glazers, I don't understand. Okay, at first, I thought it was maybe about money, blah, blah, blah. But unajua Glazers at this point, ni kama, okay, let me use this analogy. It's like now that, should I say an ex? Let me say, okay, ni kama yule boyfriend. No, let me just give this analogy so that whoever is out there can understand it in a very simple term. Like maybe a husband or a boyfriend who treats you bad, but pia hataki utoke. Unaona? Like there's nothing good analeta kwa maisha yako, but pia hataki pia kuachilia. I think that's the situation with the Glazers. Like these guys have been milking money out of United. And now it's like you have to get money mara moja, then you do away with it. And like, okay, this has been our source of income to us. Okay.
You know, we sisi tuko Kenya, sio? Glazers extorting Man United has no impact whatsoever on us as Kenyans, as Kenyans in Kenya, as fans. No, as Kenyans, and even if we're supporters, but them extorting Man United, we don't care. How much? Wait. Get me like. Okay. As in, we don't feel the pinch that ati Glazers wanaibia Man United pesa na nini. Let's not forget, Glazers were in charge of Manchester United when we won the Champions League 2007, 2008. Yes or no?
Yes, definitely.
And from then on, we still went on to win leagues. Now, these are businessmen.
Yes, and it's a family business.
These are businessmen. And they know Man United is a huge cash cow economically. Yeah? They have accountants in their staff that come up with numbers and projections of how Man United are going to do in stock exchange and all that. So these guys are so convinced that letting go of United, even if they're going to get 8 billion pounds,
but they're going to lose something.
They still feel Man United is a club that will generate more and more.
Because why not give it your all?
So the thing is, there's from a business standpoint, these guys are businessmen. So I'm asking you being in their shoes, can't you like not understand why they're doing what they're doing?
No, it's not making sense. Okay, as much as it is matters business and stuff, but let me tell you, even if you're a businessman, you can't expect to be getting money from your business, but you don't want to put in resources. Unaona? You remember Cristiano Ronaldo's interview with Piers Morgan? Do you remember the things that the guy talked about? Yeah? True. And so many United fans came out and said, oh, Cristiano is a bad guy, but I stood with him from the moment that interview came out. And immediately we saw everything like pointing to his direction. So it's just a matter of kufungua macho na kuona. So it's high time, let them do away with United. It's not the end of life. It's not like they're going to die. It's just for the betterment of the club. There's no way you get everything that you want from your business or from that club, then you don't want to build in. Remember structure hata sijui gym inakaa aje nini all sijui what like everything just pathetic in United. And everybody, if you look down the line, everybody somehow came up with the complaints. Mourinho talked hinted us about something. Ibrahimovic talked about something. Bailey talked about, like, if you narrow down, you know, like there's a rot in Manchester United. And that's one thing, like, fans got fed up. As much as so many people were afraid to talk about it, Cristiano Ronaldo came out and kusema ukweli alifungwa macho ya watu wengi. And from there we started seeing, okay, we started connecting the dots. Why so and so say this, why so and so say this and this and this. And now it all makes sense. Let the Glazers live. It's not about pesa ya Qatari and stuff, but we don't want anything to do with Glazers anymore in Manchester United. And I'm so happy about it because eventually it's going to happen, and it's happening. Very soon we're going to get that the big announcement. And then I'll be happy. So on matters of transfer and how we are going to miss on what we want, blah, 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 it's true. And it's a fact that we are going to miss on key players that Ten Hag or, okay, I don't want to mention the recruitment team in Manchester United, but that's also a rot and a mess in the first place. We don't have the scouts who are capable to identify talents. If you go back to times and uko nyuma, you'll realize like all along, like we've been signing players, like unapata tuna sign player, tunalipa pesa mingi, and they don't perform as expected. Why? Because we're in a hurry to buy and we want ready-made players. We don't look for talents which can easily be nurtured. Unaona? Like, okay, ideally when now the season ended and we were like, oh, we want Hurricane and stuff, I was really against it, to be sure. Like, this thing, Manchester United, we have appetite for old players. Like, it's high time we do away with that. We don't have to sign players for the sake of signing players. Manchester United is a brand. When you're signing for Manchester United, you have to be ready. Manchester United is not a retirement team in that the moment you feel like, okay, I'm 30 plus, I've lost some of my tools, blah, 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 I don't have the best, I don't like, let me go and retire in Manchester United. No, that mentality has to change. And it begins now. The moment the Qatari will take over, our recruitment team must also be disbanded and we get people who can actually be up there for the task. You see? Okay. It's now the writing is on the wall. We're going to miss on a lot of players that we wanted. And most of these players, they're going to land, let's say, to our immediate competitors, which is also a threat. Because in the long run, somebody has to come up and deal with the City. Because so far, I think City is the threat. City was the threat, and that's still the threat to the next season. Like, people rated Arsenal. I don't want to laugh about the youngest squad in the league. Like, Arsenal, come on, guys, what happened? Okay, I've waited for this time to laugh at Arsenal. Okay, if you understand.
Yeah, man.
Butlers FC, that's what I call them. But anyway, poleni. Such is life. That's football. Okay.
Actually, me unajua Man United Arsenal ndo bifu kubwa huko tuko 254 ukushaona.
Yeah.
Sasa kwa ile program colonialized mind of football ambao hiyo ndo bifu bigi sana, lakini it will surprise you for me. I think Arsenal last season season yenu ilikuwa top.
Yeah.
Me probably it's not popular nikisema hivi, ulenza ni nyonga hapa, lakini for me like Arsenal, you're on the right path. And you see with Arsenal we can learn some things or two from Arsenal.
Yes.
Wajua ningependa sana kusema hivi kwa huyo. I will liberal kiasi like yours and truly, you know. You're one and truly here. I will liberal in the sense that as much as it's a banter game and we like to throw banter to one another and kuguana na nini, hiyo ni mpira, lakini looking at reality, no one expected Arsenal this season to be where they were. No one expected also Arsenal finishing second. And no one saw Arsenal leading the league for as long as they did.
Yeah, but what happened?
It doesn't count. Yes, they didn't win it. Yes, they choked. Yes, they bottled. But you have to look at facts on the table. Arsenal are the youngest team in the league.
And that's what has.
They don't have their own managers inexperienced. You feel me? So what they're putting together is awesome. And you can see the steps that they've taken to get to where they were last season. And look at what they're doing now. Like I said, since third, I was just expecting us to show aggression and anger. Like City have actually turned the tables. They're now the top dogs in Manchester. They have done what we were the only club in England to have done. They've matched it even in a better way, playing better football.
And you were better at that time.
Nah, that's an argument for another day. City just miles away better. For real.
That time has changed. It's 2 decades away.
I remember that 99 final. Yes, I'm happy, but it was fluke. We're not the better team against Bayern Munich. We're not the better team against Bayern Munich. But you look at City. There's no time where you see City are fortunate in winning any of the trophies that they won.
But we cannot be discussing a gap of 2 decades.
That's not the point.
Down the line, there must be changes in so many things in between.
Yeah, that's not the point. The point here is, with City being as powerful as they are, Arsenal did an amazing job in kind of keeping them on their toes till the very probably the latter very end stages of the season.
Arsenal, really.
And that is because they have a sporting director there.
Yeah.
A man named Edu.
Yeah,
that's a football brain. And that's what we're lacking in United.
True, 100%.
Because you see what Arteta is building. Where with us, they got Ramsdale. And that was 2 windows after Arteta being there. Because he came in, I remember his first season, stumbled upon a trophy, the FA Cup. The following season, they finished mid-table. The next season, which was the season before last, finished 5th. Yeah. Then last season, they finished 2nd. So Arteta has been in the helm 3 seasons
and
fully.
You can see the steps,
and you can see the progression. And the progress is emitted by the signings that they were making. letting go of Leno and bringing in Ramsey. Do you think it's coincidental that Arsenal improved? No. In this day and age, you need a keeper that is in tune with the style of play that the manager wants. And if we are Man United and we claim to be the biggest club in England, why on earth can we explain we're not backing Ten Hag with a keeper that can play the style of play?
We're definitely going to do that.
We have not shown no ambition in that regard. We haven't. Stop sugar. We have not. See, so there's so many holes to cover, and yet here we are, uncertain of our future. Are we still going to be under Glazers who, when they see unrest from the supporters, are going to buy probably Neymar and then have us shut up? Yeah, that's what they've been doing. When they see unrest,
why not by Neymar?
By Falcao, shut them up. Unrest. I remember David Moyes' first season.
Somebody telling you actually what you want to hear.
David Moyes' first season, he only got Fellaini. Imagine that. And these guys probably they're sitting where they're sitting right now, thinking, well, if Ten Hag could have taken them to third, then probably again next season is okay.
Things are about to change.
The ambition is just zero. All they care is their pockets being refilled and refilled.
And doing
but
nothing.
we don't have power over that, do we? We don't.
As fans,
all we can say is just air our voices. Whoever probably will hear them that is of the strength to do something about it, then we'll do something about it. Let's pray. But for us, where we are at this very moment, we need to follow a blueprint like that of Arsenal if we're to improve from last season. As much as we had a better season, I reiterate again, what they did last season, Arsenal was a good season. Very good season for me. Trophyless, yes, but in terms of consistency in the league.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes it's not all about trophies, by the way.
Yeah, you see. So, are we going to do what we have to do to be where we need to be? That is the question. We need to still wait and see. But let's hope, guys. Let's hope. Probably next time tunakuja kwenu na some update.
Yeah, some moja
mbili tatu kuhusu football in general. But like I say, it's united. But the goal, baby. But it's a goal. So the goal is universal. The goal can be scored by us, scored by the other opponents. But yeah, at the end of it all, we're all united in this. So guys, yeah, stay tuned. Welcome again and again and again and again. Hope you like what you've heard. Hit the like button. Before I step, msikize mrembo hapa anasema nini jamani. Kazi yake mkusmile na sijui. Ana furaha.
Yeah, I've been listening to you keenly. And guys, there's no need for us or Manchester United fans to panic. Like, as I said earlier, it's going to happen eventually. So, as for me, I'm not worried. I'm just okay. And if I've not mentioned it here, but the biggest transfer I feel like we're going to have as Manchester United is the takeover. And I think that's what matters now. So after that, everything just fall in place. So we don't have to worry much. Yeah, I think that's the end goal. That's what we're looking up to. And if we get it, the sooner we get it, the better.
So do you think like next time you come here fitting to what is pertaining, what is going behind the scenes with the takeover, do we come back here crying that our season is doomed if we are not sold? Or what are you saying? Are we doomed if we are not sold?
Okay, I don't want to say like we are doomed or we are going to be doomed. Because as it stands, we are going to have new owners. It's just a matter of time. So, yeah, trust me. We are going to have new owners. Katari. When next time, we shona kanzu. Mimi kwanza hata niko na anaitwaje? Niko na plug tayari. Next time naniona hapa kanzu na baadhi ya manio hapa. It's that serious by the way. So guys, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's meet again next time in our next episode. Thank you. Bye.